Hi there ladies and gentlemen, this is Eastwood for Life fan, and this is a video of my pickups for the month of July. Good month of pickups, not a mass load of pickups, but I picked up some titles that I've been really trying to pick up, and it was just a case of getting it for the right price, and so gladly so that I picked these ones for a very good price, because there were some good editions and I think I saved quite a bit of money. And the first one I want to show, we'll get to the Blu-rays first, is in my opinion the best TV series ever made. You know, I know there's a good load of TV series out there like Game of Thrones and Breaking Bad and Dexter and The Walking Dead, but this one at the moment is the one that is my personal best, and I got it for a great price. And it's the Sopranos Blu-ray box set, and I did have these on DVD, but now they're all widescreen. And actually I picked this up in my local CX store for £38, and yes, it is used, but for £38 it was very hard for me to turn down, because I think this is going for around about 55 to 65 brand new. But great TV series, and in my opinion this is the TV series that kind of set the trend for all these other great TV series that followed, especially by HBO, because HBO, once this big budget TV series came out, you had the likes of The Wire and Game of Thrones. But if anybody is into their TV series and they're into their gangster movies, well, this TV series, The Sopranos, is a must watch, about a New Jersey mafia boss played by James Gandolfini. And how I describe this show, it's a cross between Goodfellas and Analyze That, also starring Lorraine Bracco, who more or less plays the same role as she did in those Analyze movies with Robert De Niro. But this contains all the seasons, and like I said, I picked it up for £38, which is, to me, is a great bargain. And this series has got it all: violence, great drama, and at times very funny show to watch, The Sopranos. So if anybody loves their TV series, then they must watch this in due time. And also, I wouldn't mind hearing from you guys, in your opinion, what's your favourite TV series that you've seen or at the moment, and how does the Sopranos compare with the likes of The Wire, The Walking Dead, Breaking Bad and Game of Thrones. So glad I picked this up for a great price. The Sopranos, another great TV series that I picked up, and that's the Twilight Zone, the 1960s TV series, and Rod Sterling's The Twilight Zone. And I know there's 5 seasons of this, and I've been meaning to pick this up for quite a while. Great TV series, and a lot of the big actors in the 60s and 70s, a lot of them appeared on this supernatural fantasy and sort of horror TV show. But I do remember the likes of Lee Van Cleef and Robert Redford and even Charles Bronson appearing on the Twilight Zone, but not to be mistaken for the Twilight Zone series that came on 20-30 years later, but this is the one to get, and I picked this up for a great price. The Twilight Zone Season 1. Popped in my local CX store and I picked up a few cheap buys, and this one's Young Guns, a late 80s western, more of a Brat Pack western with Emilio Estevez, Kiefer Sutherland and Charlie Sheen, and good western, good modern day western, and got this for a very cheap price. Young Guns. Still need to pick up the second one of that. Also another cheap buy, Sleepers, with Kevin Bacon, Robert De Niro, Dustin Hoffman and Brad Pitt. And I haven't seen this movie since it came out in the cinema back in the day. And it's about a group of boys that get sent to a detention centre through a freak accident, and their time in the actual detention centre kind of changes their lives. And without giving too much away, this is a great movie. Great performance by Kevin Bacon. So if anybody's not seen Sleepers, all-star cast, great movie to watch. Sleepers. Also another great edition that I picked up, and by chance really. I know George A. Romero passed away, but just before the death of George A. Romero, they were selling this Zombies Dawn of the Dead movie, or Dawn of the Dead, in my local CX store for £40. And I know this one goes for quite a lot of money, and I thought that was a little bit expensive for me, but I kind of ummed and ahed about it. And when I heard he passed away, I sort of popped into my local CEX store just to see if this edition was still in there, and it was. And it was actually dropped in price to £35. So I did have a £7 voucher and cashed that in and bought this for £28, which I think is a great bargain. And straight away after the passing of the director George A. Romero, of course this went up in price. So that was a very good bargain, and I was pleased I jumped on it. I'm not a massive fan of the zombie movies, but this one is my favourite one, and probably the king of all zombie movies, Dawn of the Dead. And another great addition that I've been after for a while is this Gladiator digibook, which is limited edition. And I do have the steelbook of this, but I also wanted to pick up the actual digibook, and I have seen quite a few unboxings of this edition, and I picked this up for a great price of just £20, and had to get this classic Ridley Scott movie with Russell Crowe. Very happy that I finally picked this up for the right price. Gladiator. On to some DVDs that I've picked up. I picked a couple of bootleg spaghetti westerns to add to my collection, and this one is a rare spaghetti western that's never been released. This is a late 60s spaghetti western, Stranger Say Your Prayers, starring Charles Southwood. And I only buy bootlegs if there's no official release of a movie, and there's no official release of this movie, so I picked this up for a cheap price to add to my spaghetti western collection. And also another bootleg, and this is an early 70s spaghetti western starring William Berger and Robert Woods, and this is Colt in the Hand of the Devil, early 70s spaghetti western. And again, no official release of this movie. And I will be putting my spaghetti western collection on show in a 4-part series. And I picked up some Eurocrime movies, and this is from the Blue Underground label. And this one's Revolver, starring Oliver Reed and Fabio Testi, and this is an early 70s Eurocrime movie. This is also known as Blood in the Streets, and this is directed by Sergio Salima, who made some very good classic spaghetti westerns such as Face to Face, Run Man Run, and The Big Gun Down. And also he made Violent City, All the Family with Charles Bronson. I got this for a very cheap price. I do like my Eurocrime movies. I haven't seen this one yet, so I can't give my opinion on this movie, The Revolver. And also picked up this Franco Nero Eurocrime movie directed by Enzo G. Castellari, and this is Street Law, where Franco Nero takes the law into his own hands. Good movie. Kind of could say this one's a bit of a Death Wish rip-off, but great movie. And Enzo G. Castellari never disappoints. Always a lot of high action in his movies, and I just hope that there is going to be a Blu-ray version of this, because this is a DVD and cheap price that I picked it up for by Blue Underground, which is a American label that does cult movies. Also another Franco Nero movie. This one is Hitchhike, and I do know there's a 88 Films version of this movie on Blu-ray, and I haven't seen this movie, so if I do like this movie, then chances are that I'll probably buy the Blu-ray version of this movie. This also got music by Ennio Morricone, who done many of the soundtracks to the classic spaghetti western movies. So this is Hitchhike, Franco Nero. And the last two DVDs, picked up a hip-hop comedy movie, early 90s, and this is CB4 the movie, starring Chris Rock, and this is a good sort of fun comedy hip-hop movie I remember watching back in the day. Not a fan of Chris Rock, but I did like him in this comedy movie, which is more or less about the rap group from LA, or Compton I should say, NWA. But fun movie, CB4 the movie. And also I did pick up a hip hop documentary, The Art of Rap, directed by Ice-T, and this is basically a documentary about hip hop or rap music, featuring a lot of the top artists in the 80s, 90s, and of today. I'm a massive fan of hip hop, or more or less the old school type of hip hop. So I picked this up for a cheap price. So that's all my pickups for the month of July. And glad that I picked up The Sopranos, Zombies Dawn of the Dead, and the Gladiator digibook. There were editions that I was after for quite a while and got them at very good prices. So please comment on what's your favourite TV series that's ever been made, and please let us know your opinion on how do you rate The Sopranos compared to the other great TV series of past and present. And the next video that I'll be putting out will be my spaghetti western collection. I know I've sort of said about putting it and kept putting it off, but I was waiting for a few editions to get delivered. But that will be my next video, and it will be in 4 parts, and part 1 will be my spaghetti western collection, the DVD originals. So till the next video, take care guys, and keep on collecting.